Welcome to Apex Philosophy, the perfect place to find motivation. Be sure to subscribe and listen every day so you can become your best self. Please like and share the video to help inspire others. Reframing problems. Many people ask questions that they cannot answer. You know, the big questions like, what is the meaning of life? Or what is the secret to true happiness? Questions like this consume people. They get stuck trying to figure them out, unable to move forward. They assume that something is missing from their life. They assume that these questions are important, and if they can find the answers, they can fill that gap. They feel like there must be more than this. Thinking this way will make you miserable. The truth is that neither the feeling that something is missing nor the lack of answers is the real problem. The real problem is philosophical. The real problem is that we are asking the wrong questions. We should be asking, is this problem within my control? Or can I do anything about it? We tend to believe that every problem we see belongs to us and that they are all our burdens. Some of them are problems outside of our control and burdens that we unnecessarily attract into our lives. In reality, the only problems we should worry about are the ones we have power over. We need to take a moment and reflect on our problems and determine which ones actually belong to us. Which ones we can control, which ones we can influence, and which ones we should just accept. For example, most people have this feeling that they are not complete, that something is missing. They start to believe that they will never truly find what they are looking for. And to some extent, they are right. Humans are built to be dissatisfied and discontent. It serves a biological purpose. It keeps us striving to improve our lives and gather more resources because we never know when the next drought or famine will happen. Do not dwell on this feeling. Stop trying to figure out how to fill that hole because it will never be filled. Don't allow it to consume you and drag you into sadness. Instead, use that feeling as motivation to reach your goals, and then practice gratitude as a way of filling that bottomless pit of dissatisfaction. Be grateful for the present moment. By adopting a mindset that recognizes your present circumstances as a source of fulfillment and reminding yourself that this is your source of joy, you cultivate a greater sense of focus and presence. You begin to understand that this, right now, is life. The past doesn't matter, and the future is only imaginary. The only thing you can control is this very moment. A second ago is in the past, and a second from now is in the future. All you have to worry about is the very present you are in. Worry about the now. In fact, don't worry about the now. Learn to appreciate it. Life exists in the present. The purpose you are seeking exists right now with what you choose to do in this very moment. Everyone asks what the meaning of life is, but in reality, nobody knows. You can't ask a creator what the purpose is, and therefore the only solution is to choose what gives your life meaning and pursue that. People think everything needs an answer and spend way too much time looking for one, but that isn't living. The problem is philosophical. People worry far too much about what is out there. They worry about problems that are well outside of their control. This has a negative impact on their mental health and leads to stress and anxiety. They spend too much energy dwelling on problems they can't possibly solve. You must not let this happen to you. Also, change your mindset from "there is nothing I can do" to "what can I do?" And if the answer is nothing, you must accept that and move on. However, when you ask yourself what you can do, you suddenly open your mind to finding solutions, reducing your strife and increasing your happiness. There is no special thing out there to answer your questions or solve your problems. You have to figure it out for yourself. If you experience the here and now and do that for a while, you will begin to appreciate life more and realize that the existential crisis you have just doesn't matter. They are insignificant in the grand scheme of things, and if you can't do anything about them, there is no point worrying about them. Events happen as they do. People act as they are. The world keeps turning, whether you are in bed or whether you are making the most of every opportunity. Bad things happen to everyone, and sometimes you have to embrace what you get. You can choose to complain, or you can choose to accept it and move forward. Change your perspective on life. What can you do in the present to make your life more fulfilling? Don't let anything keep you down, and don't be burdened by things out of your control. Focus on the things around you that you can change or influence. It is all about perspective, and you need to have the right one to be content with your life. Bad things happen to everyone, but sometimes you need to take yourself out of the situation to truly understand it better. We often misinterpret things and can create problems where there doesn't need to be one. Say, for example, you are standing up on a train and somebody nudges you. You may be quick to anger and see it as them being inconsiderate or looking for a fight. However, when you step out of that situation and look at it without the emotions and your biased perspective, you will realise that there wasn't enough room in the aisle and they just knocked you by accident. Instead of them being the monster you imagined, it turns out to be just an accident. This is why it is important to take moments to think and reflect before jumping to anger, so that you don't create more problems in your life than necessary. You need to accept life humbly and expect nothing, so that you can let go easily. If you approach the present moment with a clear and rational mindset, displaying unwavering determination, energy, and positivity, while remaining focused on your goals and maintaining a strong sense of integrity, you will lead a successful and fulfilling life. Be self-content with each present action. It is all about living in the present and making the most of every moment you have. If you live in the present and enjoy the present, then you will have a far more fulfilling life than someone who is worried about what will happen in the future. You can't control the future, and therefore you shouldn't worry about it. You also can't change the past, so therefore you shouldn't burden yourself with what happened in the past, the mistakes you made, or the people who slighted you. Only focus on the present and you will be fulfilled. Historically, issues were a lot more localized, and due to limitations in technology and social media, people were less aware of world events. The only problems they dealt with were the ones that directly affected them. With the advancements in technology and things like social media, people are now worried about everything. They are worried about celebrity drama, sports teams, and political issues beyond their control. It may only be a fleeting moment in the digital world, but it is enough to create a burden on you. The increase in communication is a beautiful thing, but it also means that now you are exposed to issues that shouldn't concern you. People are far more worried about these issues than themselves, and therefore get stressed out. There are things that you can't avoid in life, but that doesn't mean you need to take on additional problems that don't concern you. We don't need to personally concern ourselves if a celebrity is suing another celebrity, or if something bad has happened to someone in another country. It may be important to know, but you shouldn't burden yourself with it. Social media has allowed information to become accessible to people around the globe, meaning people get stressed about something on the other side of the planet that they cannot control. People have become obsessed with what happens on social media, and it becomes part of their personalities, part of their identities. And therefore, they take on this burden and all the issues that come with it, even if they shouldn't concern themselves with it. Don't be addicted to these irrelevant problems. Don't let them consume you. You can learn to dance in the rain, or you could sulk in the rain. But either way, it is going to rain. Your attitude in bad situations determines your happiness and fulfillment. If something goes wrong in your life, you can choose to cry about it, or you can choose to look for the silver lining. Too many people get stressed out or angry when they get stuck in traffic or stuck behind a long train. Getting stressed or angry won't make the traffic magically part in front of you, and it won't make that train disappear. There is no benefit to losing your temper over it. To a child, a train going past is incredible and or inspiring. They gain pleasure from the experience. You are having, objectively, the same experience. So, why are you upset? How is it different? Children constantly live in the present, and they have no worries, so they are constantly in a state of bliss and harmony. How can you change your mindset to that of a child and find joy in the situation? It is far better for your mental health and your life to try to find the positive side in every situation. The rain represents situations outside of your control. Don't allow bad situations to derail you. You must instead choose to embrace them. You need to remember that rain can bring benefits, just as these situations can benefit you down the road. Flowers cannot grow without the rain. The bad situations that you face in life are there to test you and challenge you. They help you grow into a better person. You have to learn from these obstacles. Otherwise, the flowers in your own life won't blossom. Everyone suffers bad times and moments when they feel down. But if you let it consume you, you are only ruining your chances of happiness. To make the most of your life, the most important thing you can do is stop worrying about things outside of your control. You must focus on what you can control, the present moment. You need to live in the now. You will find contentment and satisfaction if you learn to enjoy what is right in front of you, rather than what is yet to come, or what has already passed. Those things are outside of your control. Only focus on what you can control. Do not stress about what you can't control, and be grateful for the present moment. Thank you for listening. Comment below, what problems do you need to let go of? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.